Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, Siriana Tarot. This is going to be a reading for my dearest fellow Virgos. Virgo, this is going to be your energy shift reading for Mercury Retrograde, which is taking place on January 30th through February 21st. Now, remember that my Virgos out there, that we are ruled by Mercury, so it's going to hit us a little bit harder than some other signs, okay? So when Mercury is retrograding, it always deals with a purge and upgrade to the throat chakra, communication, and short distance travel. So we need to be more conscious of how we communicate and our mental focus. It can feel chaotic, but we just have to be more careful with our travel plans, contracts, emails, and take the extra time to make sure that there's a clear understanding between you and anybody else that you may be dealing with. So this Mercury retrograde is taking place in Aquarius, which rules the 11th house of friendships and groups. So there may be frustrations in your interpersonal world, so it's the perfect time to really go within, right? And that's something that us Virgos find quite easy to do, right? So let's go ahead and get started. But before I do, I'm going to ask that you like this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Check out the description box for ways to get a private reading, or if you like the decks that I'm using, I have them listed and linked in order of appearance. Also, feel free to leave a comment or ring the notification bell so you can get updates whenever I upload new content, which I'm doing quite frequently. All right, Virgos, let's see what messages are in store for this Mercury retrograde. Messages for Virgos, please, for this Mercury retrograde. All right, so what is this retrograde bringing into your life? Three of Wands. What aspect of your life will be most affected? The Six of Pentacles. How can you minimize the negative results or damage done during this Mercury retrograde? That sounds so negative. What lessons need to be learned during this period? Queen of Wands. What part of your past do you need to reflect on in order to heal and aid in your journey? The Strength card. Some of you could be Leo, Virgo cusp. Leo had actually quite interesting reading, so if you have Leo in your chart, you might want to check out that reading. And the outcome, we get the King of Swords. I think that's the King. I'm going to read it as the King of Swords. Actually, I know it is. Okay, so this deck, sometimes the crown throws me off a little bit, okay? Overall energy, we have the King of Cups, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy. So the King of Cups is interesting energy because it is, it could be, you could be dealing with a water sign, or you have water in your chart, or you're just really emotional at this time. The King of Cups, we can see, the nature of his throne, his strength. I'm seeing here this sort of like this hard exterior, this shell, this protection mechanism, okay, from the king, that we get from the king, really protecting his emotions, that soft spot inside. So again, you might have a soft spot for someone here. I do see that we have the Six of Cups here, so you may be dealing with a soulmate. It could be one of your children. It could be a family member. Okay, there could be a reunion in sight as well. But we also see this sort of beautiful, I don't know if that's a dolphin or a porpoise or whatever this is, but it's this very slow moving, very sweet energy. Now remember that dolphins are, I believe they mate for life. They're extremely intelligent beings, but they also sort of get this rap of being docile, even though that they can, they attack sharks and they save people. It's this very sort of nurturing, maternal, beautiful energy, freedom, emotional freedom. Okay, but when the king has his back to us, I feel as if you have turned away from someone or something because you felt like you were maybe a little bit in too deep, okay? Or that you felt the need to protect your heart or what it is that you'd worked for. Because for some of you, it may be your finances or your business, okay? So Virgo, what this retrograde is bringing into your life, we have the Three of Wands. I love this energy because we're seeing somebody standing in the middle of a desert And it really does look bleak, and the sun is shining. I mean, this is even giving me a headache here, this sun. I'm sure he's parched and he's thirsty, but he's continuing to hold space for what it is he's dreaming about, for what it is he wants in his life, whether that's financial growth and stability, or whether that's love, or it's a particular person. So for many of you, I feel as if, my Virgos, you're waiting on somebody to come towards you. Now, this person might be at a distance. They might be foreign. Okay, they might be somebody that you can't get to because of travel restrictions. It could be, it could be an investment. Maybe you're waiting for your business to grow. But what I find to be really beautiful is that despite sort of the bleak atmosphere that we see this person in, he's holding on to this very sort of mystical, powerful wand, okay? And this is his passion. This is his truth. This is his courage. This is his confidence that what he's working towards is coming towards him. He's also flanked by these two wands that seem to be the only growth here in the desert. So there is something that's growing, that's coming to fruition, but it still may be a long ways off. And at times, Virgo, you might start to think it might not be happening at all. And we see him holding on to this yin-yang energy. So again, for some of you, it may be a soulmate, it may be your partner, or it's just something that you feel will really bring you into balance, okay? So the aspect of your life that will be most affected by this retrograde, we get the Six of Pentacles. So the Six of Pentacles is an energy of giving and receiving love. Now, I can't help but notice that we do have two sixes showing up. And 66 is a master number. It's a Venusian number. It's about love. It's about balance. It's about passion, compassion. But truthfully, it's about love. And I feel like for many of my Virgos, this has to do with a love relationship. Okay, so many of you might be feeling as if you're not getting what you've been putting into this situation, or maybe you've just been setting this intention for, like, it seems like ages, and you're really just starting to wonder, like, is it going to come? Is it coming in? How much longer can I stand out here in the sun? The Six of Pentacles can also be an energy of feeling breadcrumbed or breadcrumbing. Okay, so somebody, again, might not be putting in the energy that you are, or you feel as if you're overextending. But how you can minimize any damage or negative results of this retrograde, we have the Six of Cups. And the Six of Cups in this energy, in this card, is about grounding. So what we see here is we have these two lovers who have reunited, who have met. And, they've spent like a lot of time together, holed up in their hotel room or in this room up here. It could be one night, it could be days. We don't know how long it has been. But, it's like one of the lovers is coming out and saying, okay, we do have to sort of attend to the 3D now. Now, that can just be a metaphor, because it is about grounding, getting grounded. It's about enjoying life's pleasures. It's about really enjoying somebody else. But that also, that with the Six of Pentacles, but it also has to be mutual. And, we may have to start attending to certain other details. And again, it may be why this King of Cups is turning away. Yeah, look at that, because what is he looking at? He's looking at the Nine of Pentacles, his business, what he's grown. So there might be a situation here that you're starting to feel a little bit codependent, or there could be something here that took you by surprise, Virgo, and sort of reworked your calendar. Yeah, you might have like cleared your schedule and just sort of disappeared with this person for a bit. That sounds wonderful, Virgo, because it's important to play, right? But that can be a hard lesson for my Virgos, and you may have sort of grown cold or pulled away because of this. Again, it could be the energy that you're dealing with. It's really interesting. I'm getting some interesting hits off of this reading. So again, some of you might feel like now you really have to channel more energy. Some of you, I feel like you're trying to achieve a work-life balance. And so either you've been working too much and you realize you need to channel more energy into this relationship, or maybe something's has taken you by surprise. And like I said, you cleared your schedule and you've disappeared for a few days, Virgo. Naughty, naughty. But it was all worth it. But now it's time for you to really... it's time for you to really, like get back to work and attend to your everyday details. All right, so the lessons that need to be learned during this period, we have the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands energy is fire energy, and when she's in the reverse, it can be about channeling your energy. Okay, like how and where are you channeling your energy for your highest and greatest good, and so that you can be, you know, your highest expression of yourself in this world. So here we see her balanced, and she's channeling Mother Earth Gaia, and she's also channeling from above. But here we really see the intricacies of her throne and of, you know, of her world. And so here I'm getting that it's really important that you do pay attention to what you might be neglecting. Okay. And if somebody is neglecting you, right, is that something that you want to continue channeling your energy into? Are you waiting too long for someone? Is it worth the wait? You know, those are all of the answers that you're going to find within Virgo. So the part of your past that you need to reflect on in order to heal and aid you in your journey, we have the Strength card. So I really feel like Spirit is asking you to really take a good hard look at any sort of repeating patterns, especially when it may come to love and relationships. You know, do you set appropriate boundaries? Okay. Do you overgive, or do you get involved with people who are not emotionally available? Okay, who aren't able to give to you what you give to them? Do you get involved with people that you can't physically be with? Okay, because there's a message in that as well. You know, if you find yourself constantly in long distance relationships, or if it's like a repeating pattern, not that there's anything wrong with that. And again, I can't throw stones because it's something that I myself have had to look at, you know, but what does that mean for you? Okay, are you truly ready for a relationship or a commitment? Okay, or vice versa. Are you neglecting your work because of relationships, or are you neglecting your relationships for work? So really taking a good hard look at, you know, at your growth, any sort of negative repeating patterns, and doing that shadow work. Because again, this Aquarius, this retrograde in Aquarius, gosh, I can't speak. Mercury in retrograde in Aquarius is really giving us this time alone to go within and really work out any of these kinks. Now your final energy, we have the King of Swords. So we have like everybody with their back to us. Oh my gosh, except for this one person, that one sort of starstruck lover in the Six of Cups. But we have the Empress with her back to us. We have the King of Swords. We have the Queen of Wands. We have the Six of Pentacles, the Three of Wands, the King of Cups. Everybody has their back turned to us, Virgo. This is exactly how you might be feeling right now. Or maybe it's like it's something here doesn't want to be dealt with. And again, it could be, you know, this devil energy that we're seeing in the Strength card. It could be the elephant in the room. There may be something that you don't want to see or you're not seeing, or maybe it's your person. But the King of Swords in reverse in the King of Swords in this position, you know, we see that he's royalty. But we also see him looking ahead at sort of a difficult battle and a difficult journey. And he really runs the risk of becoming a martyr because he's not asking for help. He's not seeing the big picture. And I feel like this is a big warning for my dear Virgos. It's a warning about collaboration. It's a reminder that what you're looking for is looking for you. There could be a soulmate, you know, around you or in your energetic field, but do you have your back to them? Are you overly focused on work? Or are you overly focused on love that you're not paying attention to, you know, to your family, your responsibilities, your job? Okay, so it's going to be different for all of us. But the king here is also somebody who, you know, he feels as if he can take on this electricity. He can take on this lightning. You know, and there are only two outcomes. You know, he survives or he dies. And it's this martyrdom energy that Spirit's really asking my Virgos to take a look at. Is it worth it? And then also, what is available to you? I don't like this. I've never had a reading where like everybody's back is turned. Except for that Six of Cups, right? So somebody might be looking at you, Virgo, like, I'm here. Turn around. I'm here to help you. I want to do this with you. And you're not looking. Indecision. Yeah. Some of my Virgos out there, yeah, you are indecisive. You're trying to make a decision. But again, look, their back is to us. I really don't like being ignored. Virgo, man holding a heart. Yeah, I do feel like for many of you guys, somebody's trying to get your attention. And Virgo, it's like you're not willing to, you might hear somebody like whistling at you, but you don't want to turn around. Somebody's almost tapping on your shoulder, but you're too busy, you're too focused, you're trying to decide, like you're in your head about this. This indecision would be very Virgo energy, right? We start to worry and overthink situations, but it's like somebody's standing here, Six of Cups, wanting to give you their heart. First chakra, Archangel Michael. You guys are going to hear, we're in I'm doing this reading during the shadow period of Mercury Retrograde, that a lot of readers start complaining about like tripping over our words and that sort of thing. Yeah, interesting, because the base chakra does have to deal with our survival, okay? Security, our instinctual trust, patience. But I feel as if, Virgo, some of you may need to do some base chakra work because there's some sort of mistrust here. Maybe because you've been really hurt in love, or maybe, you've had financial challenges. So it's like you feel like you have to focus solely on finances. But there's some sort of trauma, some sort of fear of poverty or abuse, or some real feelings of being alone. Okay, maybe some of my Virgos have internalized like, well, I'm just always going to be waiting. I'm always going to be alone because, everybody's got always turned their back on me when I've needed them. Ooh, Virgo, this is very sort of intense energy. But it's like, I feel like, Virgo, you just need to turn around and see that there's somebody there that's somebody that wants to partner with you, somebody that wants to love and support you. And we get adjacent possibilities. It could be, Virgo, that you have a lot of different options, okay? And you're trying to decide which one to choose. And Spirit's saying, and I feel as if you're like, it doesn't really matter. I don't want to choose any. It's like you don't want to deal with the issue at all. And we get Magician and the Mirror. This is that Virgo. This is the Magician energy, Virgo, Gemini energy. Feel as if you're really in your head about what to choose, or to continue with a particular relationship because it might be affecting your work life or your family life or whatever it might be. But with the Magician energy, I'm getting that you're not seeing, Virgo, that there's a way. This is a really weird message because I would never really say this normally, but there's a way to have it all. There's a way to achieve balance. And for many of you, it's going to be a work-life balance. Because the Magician can do that. He's an alchemist. It's like you don't have to turn your back on love to be successful at work. Or you don't have to turn your back on work to be successful in love. And maybe people have put you in that position before, Virgo. This is interesting. This reading really did take a turn, huh? Additional messages for my Virgos, please. Energy of love. Behold the world through the eyes of love. Yeah. Virgo, there's a lot of love around you. I just feel like you can't see it. It could be because of past hurts and disappointments. It could be because your focus is on something else. Concealed power. Give birth to the wonder of revelation. Yeah, there's a need for you to have get a different perspective here. I feel as if also you may have too many choices. You're overthinking things here, Virgo. At the bottom of the deck, we get ending a trauma, transform memories and symptoms. Yeah, so this may come from past hurts and disappointments. There are some sort of repeating patterns, especially in your work or love life, or like kind of like not being able to balance these two. That's not allowing you to see or accept love that someone wants to give you. All right, Virgos. Okay, this is a weird reading. I do apologize. It's weird for me. I hope you guys are understanding it. Let's go ahead and take a look at the Pegasus Oracle. This is a new deck that I have by Alana Fairchild. It's beautiful and they've been very poignant. but I am going to read from the book. All right, and we get Pegasus, the water guardian, 15 breaking down to a 6. So we get 3 6s coming out here, Virgo. That's going to be an important numerological code for many of you, okay, to pay attention to. The Pegasus of water, this brings the message that something meaningful and divinely destined is gestating within the soul. It needs protection, patience, and trust so it may continue to develop out of sight from prying eyes. Opinionated minds are jealous saboteurs. In time, the inner development will mature and become ready to emerge above the surface, leading to profound and positive changes. Continue on your path and give yourself time and space to feel comforted and nurtured. Dive deep into your inner self. Trusting in the quiet, steady determination of the soul will ensure your sacred fulfillment at the best possible time, in the best possible way. You are healing. Wow. Okay. Virgos, I do apologize if this has been a little bit confusing for you. I know it is for me, but these are the messages that want to come out for you. So let's go ahead and pull some messages of love for you. For those of you, this absolutely has to do with love. It's like achieving a work and a love balance, a work-life balance. Passion. Try something you've never done before. Yeah, there's some sort of transformation here. Could be the passion, like it could be something you're passionate about. And we get friendship. This friendship is leading to more. Yeah. Protected. You are safe and divinely guided. And for some of you, it's an apology. And for others of you, you've been on a twin flame journey and there's been time apart. Okay. So this is not meant to be just a love reading here. But it could be that you've friend zoned somebody as well because you felt like you didn't have anything to give in this relationship, that maybe your work life was too busy. But I do feel like it's a very important connection, but I feel like you or your person has your back to it right now. Okay, there will be a revelation, there will be an awakening. It's like Spirit's asking you to let love into your life. Don't try to intellectualize your feelings too much, Virgo. Because it's kind of like it's keeping you from a beautiful connection is what I'm getting. You may have to offer someone an apology. They might be offering you an apology. Okay? All right, but there's some healing that is taking place. And you may be in this defensive energy because you're feeling vulnerable, because you are healing. All right, you guys, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you for listening. I hope you have a beautiful day. Take care.